We're just going over the story where a horrible incident took place. A woman, 19 years old, was killed. She burned alive. So that's what they're saying. And what it basically means is that there was a fire applied to her body. I'm going to get into the gruesome details a little bit later, but um, she sustained injuries that became fatal. But it also was said that she was beaten in the head. I don't have that confirmed. So um, she did die from uh, at least two or more causes of death. Okay, so this is very horrific. I want to give my condolences to the family and friends and loved ones, and it's always difficult. We don't know the whole details of this, but what is the most interesting thing, and here is someone that I see a lot with her, this elder man, could be a family member, father, you might assume, but I do not have this individual identified as of yet. Um, she was a cheerleader. We'll get into this later. She was a cheerleader in her uh, high school, and that was called Panola High School. It's near Batesville, Mississippi, Courtland, or we'll have to take a look on the map, but apparently it's relatively close to Memphis, Tennessee, which is the largest city near there. It is that region, Memphis, Tennessee, along the Mississippi River. And as you can see, there's a lot of pictures of her. They look very pleasant. You see her here. I think if that is her, and obviously with someone she's sharing intimacies. It's could be a boyfriend, and right away now you're thinking something. Here is her picture with somebody else. Um, so we don't want to jump to conclusions just by seeing things. Um, but right away we're identifying that this is her family members. We are identifying that there's going to be race thrown into this, the race card. And whether or not it really has to do with the case, people are going to be talking anyhow. So I'm going to guide you through this talking, these kind of things that will be said, because it's better to just I'm facing the reality of it instead of skirting around the issue. But what I found out, which is really incredible, is that this may or may not be her YouTube channel. So if anybody can confirm this, this is just Jessica Chambers, and I found this YouTube channel. She hasn't done any videos in a while, from a few months ago. So her latest video is here, how I got my pink hair. So I don't know, but I did a search on YouTube under Jessica Chambers, and this channel came up. Let's see if we can get to that. Okay. So it may or may not be her. I can't tell. I have to do a forensic examination of the face. But what we have here is also a search on Facebook trying to find out where her channel is, or where her Facebook account is, because that would be very telling. Anyhow, what we do have is people accusing um, either radical Muslims or accusing um, African American people of color, um, because if it's true, she was doing what they call interracial dating. So that's going to be an issue when people look at this, because they're going to say um, prejudice, discriminatory remarks. And it also is being said that she wanted to be with bad people. She was into some kind of crime. Like, she was not a perfect angel. But nobody is. And especially at this age, 19 in America, there's all kinds of things going on. See here, she's depicted as an angel. I don't know whether they created this or whether it was created before she died. Maybe she made it. An interesting thing, if you look at the stories, is she wanted to tell her life's biography. This year, she wanted to really have a book about herself and her life and all these troubles that she's going through in her life, whatever they were. And she spoke to an author, a published author, and that author was talking to the news media, okay? And unfortunately, the story wasn't written down. They just had an initial conversation. Here's the location of where the death took place, her violent incident in this back road. So the back road is where they found the car, and you see some of the pictures of the car burning right here. Here's the burnt car, some kind of white two-door sedan. They also say that here's a person putting out a video called "The Killer is Positively Identified" because they were at the gas station together. See, what happened is right before she got on fire in the back road, she was at a gas station, and she went from that gas station driving. She actually put a lot of gas in the car, saying she was going somewhere. And she could have been calling somebody to go meet them, or she could have been with them. So that's what they're talking about. Somebody might have been with her already in the car when they were at the gas station. But I haven't identified that. And here's the thing about her wanting to write her life story. Okay? She, and I'm getting this information from on Yahoo. It's an AP story that the author is Linda Oliver. So you can look that up. She's got some books, or at least one book. And it was about her personal life. And then next you hear them talking about the Reverend Larry Kilgore of the Baptist Church. And Jessica had spoken with him over the, well, I don't know how long, whether he was directly connected with her for a long time in matters of faith. But what he remarks is that Jessica was a young lady who just loved to be loved. And he was deeply affected by this. He was struck with a heavy heart. And he doesn't talk about the problems, though. He doesn't expose it. He doesn't reveal it. The quote is, "I will not expose her in death." So she's obviously been talking with him, and he remembers these confessions. So there's a lot going on of either her feelings. Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions and say she's talking about all kinds of like very horrendous behavior or crimes. I can't jump to the conclusion by reading this. But you do hear comments on the internet, and then you have to think about it. Is that true, or is it just hate? Is it just distortion? Is it just trolling or envy when you hear these comments? But we do want to know what was going on with her life, what troubled her. Does she have a YouTube channel named Chambers8? What is her Facebook account, and is it still online? This, I don't know if it has anything to do with her, because this is Jessica Chambers also. So basically we're left with a lot of questions. It's too soon to tell. The incident where she actually succumbed to her wounds, where she died, was on Saturday night. So, and here's Jessica Chambers. This does not look like the same person. And here is Jessica Chambers. I don't know, that also could be her. So, it is, here's the one that I already showed you. It's a little bit of a common name, but in any case, Saturday night just happened. Wait a second, am I reading this right? Saturday night. Saturday was her funeral already. So I read this from another location that it actually was wrong. Let me get my facts straight. Excuse me. If she had a funeral Saturday, it must have been about 4 days ago. Okay, she was driving her Kia Rio, a white color body of a Kia Rio sedan, which you did see in the photos, and it was 8:15 December 7th. Okay, so yeah, that was Sunday. That was last Sunday. So the funeral was 6 days after she died, and it's going on 7 days since the event, the deadly event. Okay, it's down 7 days. So I was reading from something that was post dated. But it did say that Saturday night was when she got killed, and that was wrong, because it's actually Sunday night. They're saying here Sunday night is when she was killed. 8:15 was when the passing motorist, the first person that saw her dying, it was 8:15. Okay, so if you have any information, you want to talk about it. Also, why should Obama feature this and say, what if this was his daughter? Why should we think of it that way? Why should we connect this with all the police intimidation and police brutality that's going on? Well, why should we? What does it have to do with that? That's what I want to ask these people that are raising these kind of strange ideas or far-fetched distortions. What does this have to do with police intimidation against innocent citizens? Or, not perfect, but the kind of intimidation and then deadly force. What does this have to do with that? Why would Obama bring this out unless it was found to be some big international incident? I mean, I think that people are just trying to clutch at something. They're just grasping at something to create more violence in America. So I don't think that we should even go there. Okay, so I appreciate everybody being reasonable and thinking normal about this. It's just another sad event that can take place, and let's just appreciate life. Life is precious, and sometimes we don't know how much of life is going to be. We don't know Judgment Day. So just live the best life you can, and what Jesus Christ said is love one another. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. Do you understand that golden rule? Thank you for listening. Amen.